I mean, that's quite interesting. Let me try that without the sunglasses on now. I don't know if that makes sense, but I like to put my first impression that way. Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. As you saw from the thumbnail, the car I am test driving today is 2026 Hyundai all-new Palisade, and there's one more at the end, Hybrid. Yes, finally I get to test drive this car. I mean, if you know, you know, but I did pre-order the very Palisade Hybrid that I see before my eyes. That is all-wheel drive, which is H-Track for Hyundai, and fully loaded, having everything inside. Well, I'll have to check inside and see if this is the 7-seater or the 9-seater, because I ordered 7-seater, and FYI, there is the 9-seater having 3 plus 3 plus 3 seat configuration inside, at least for this Korea domestic market for the time being. I'm not sure if that will be available around the globe, but we'll see. Just so you know, all this is the flicker that you see on camera. It is, of course, solid light to human eyes. I have so many videos of Palisade already, so if you're looking for in-depth review of the exterior, interior, walk around, POV, you name it, I have it all on the channel. But in this video, as I have said in the thumbnail, I want to tell you and share with you my first raw impression of this all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. I had to turn off the DRL. It looks so much better without the flickers now, right? Of course, it looks gorgeous when the DRL is lit up to human eyes, but not so much with all those flickers. Well, anyhow, this is the first car to get the latest hybrid tech from Hyundai Motor Group, which is called TMED and stands for Transmission Mounted Electronic Devices. And that being said, let me quickly show you what's under the hood and take this car for a ride, because I want to tell you all about my raw first impression of the ride. Well, of course, for the detailed reviews of the car, come visit my channel again, because I will be comparing this car to that of the gasoline model, and also 7-seater versus 9-seater configuration, as well as my exhaustive overall drive, because I will be putting some kilometers on this car for sure. That being said, I know it's a 9-seater right away, and the easiest and fastest way for you to tell such is by locating this cloth right here, where you can pull the seat up and down in the middle, as you saw. The seat in the middle also would become and make the first row as a bench seat when you have it up, having 3 plus 3 plus 3 seat configuration. I will ready myself with another 7-seater. That way I can give you a side-by-side comparison of how these two Palisades look and feel different. The biggest takeaway from the 9-seater to that of the 7-seater would certainly be the width of the first row seats on the driver's seat and the passenger seat as well. Having the seat in the middle, the first row seats tend to be a little more narrower compared to the 7-seaters, because the middle portion, the center portion of the 7-seater is not as wide as the 9-seater for the obvious reason. So therefore, the distance between these two seats are further away for the 9-seater. It's closer from the driver's seat and the passenger seat for the 7-seater. And rest of the interior design is essentially the same, except for some of the hybrid only buttons we'll see when the car is turned off. Honestly, there is nothing that tells that this car is a hybrid, to be honest. It is exactly the same as you would see with gasoline models. So thanks to the column type shifter, there is enormous space in the middle, and this 9-seater configuration became a possibility, a reality. So fire up the car using this button right here, just like so. Apply the foot brake. The beauty of hybrids, ladies and gentlemen, no engine firing up. The car is good to go. It's ready to roll. So says ready right there, as well as EV, and the car is currently at the idle mode, just like so. Now the car is fired up. There is the hybrid exclusive button and feature, if you will. That is the driver only AC vent. It's only found on hybrid cars as far as Hyundai Motor Group is concerned. Dual climate zone, that definitely does help with better MPG, because you're getting the air conditioning on the driver's seat only. There is nothing out of the passenger seat. I mean, I do feel very gentle breeze, but of course nothing compared to the driver's seat over here. Well, you want to have all the AC running when it's super hot inside, but if you drive the car for a couple of minutes, that driver only is more than sufficient, to be honest. So this is the DCM, my personal favorite, digital center mirror. If you don't like it, you can simply just pull it down, turn that into conventional mirror. But the beauty of this is that not only is it wider, your views will never get obstructed. It doesn't matter how many people sit in the second, third row seat and how much the trunk is full. And it shines the most under pouring rain and poor conditions, and especially the nighttime as well. Essentially, you get zero visibility out in the pitch black, but thanks to the camera, you get some much better view compared to the conventional mirror during the pitch black night times. And dual panoramic sunroof right over there as well, which I can all open and control using this button right there. And that second row sunroof does not open nor tilt, so it's only the shade that will open and close accordingly, just like so. And before I repeat too much of what I've done already in the past, I don't want to do that. So let's get to my first impression. But of course, gotta check what's under the hood of this first time ever 2.5 turbo together with the TMED hybrid technology. The seat configurations and positions, as well as the ergo motion seat, my personal favorite. I'm sorry guys, but I can't help it because I know not everybody watches all of my videos, so I have to show you just quickly. Let me fly through these things. Although manual, there is a blind as well. The Bose premium sound system found all throughout. Another cup holder, nice touch with the smartphone holder right there. You can just do that, right? Very useful and practical. Some of the door pockets here. The second row seat, which is also motorized just like so, and you can slide the seat just like that at a push of a button. And when you're done, you can pull the seat back in just like that, and you do need to slide the seat backward though, just like that. And it's not because Hyundai cheaped out on the motors with regards to the rails underneath. It is to meet the safety regulation in case of the emergencies, so the seat can actually slide fast forward. That way passengers on the third row seat can also escape promptly, just like that. And back of the car, of course, fully automated tailgate. And now this is what's different and unique to this Palisade Hybrid only. That is, there is the 250 volt and V2L system. That is, you can draw electricity from this car just like so. It's not as powerful as an EV due to the nature being, so multiply these two together, it's approximately 4,000 watts. You can run some electronics inside the car should you wish. And the beauty about the Palisade is that all the first and second and third row seats are hooked up together with that 100 watt C-type charging port. That way you can fast charge your electronic devices. Doesn't matter which row you are sitting. You have fast charging connection for every family member. And beautiful touch right there, although that's for an extra option. There is the LED lighting for the nighttime, so the trunk is lit up super bright during the nighttime as well. Not to mention about this genuine accessory, the trunk covers just like so. It's very rugged and built to protect. So you can just pretty much throw whatever you want. It will keep the car clean and unscratched. And nice and long luggage cover just like that. You can uncover it. And you can also get that out. You can pull that out if you don't want to. And because of the batteries located at the trunk, there is no separate space for you to keep that luggage screen, unfortunately. So if you're not using it, you might want to just keep that in your garage. Control everything from the third row seat just like so. All self-explanatory, fully motorized, both fold and unfold, second and third row seat just like so. And the beauty of the Palisade is you can also tilt and slide the third row seats even. And just so you know, the third row seat of the Palisade is actually more roomier than the Ioniq 9. I did make the side-by-side comparison about it, and I found that hard to believe, but it actually is what it is, because there is more space and room for the third row seat of the Palisade compared to the Ioniq 9. And you know, I really have to get going now, so before I run too late, let me quickly show you the engine bay and be on my way. So right there, and the engine just turned off. The beauty of hybrid, it will turn on and off frequently on its own to best save the fuel, and that's what it's doing right now. The calligraphy model, therefore having this 6th DRL-like bumper design at the bottom, there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DRL, just so you know. You only get this bumper design with the calligraphy trim. If you don't, the front bumper and the rear bumper actually has two-toned design. So that is unique on this Palisade. So if this flush look is what you're looking for with Palisade, you probably want to go with calligraphy. The active air flap, it's all open right now to make the necessary cooling to suck in the air wherever it's needed. It will also close and shut down in order to best provide and lower the CD, coefficient of drag, possible, therefore having less drag and resistance around the car. So when the active air flap is closed, it looks really flush, having that last piece of grille embedded right onto the active air flap as well. The wheels and designs, although this car being a hybrid, it did not slap on that small tiny wheels for this behemoth full-size flagship SUV from Hyundai. So it does not have 18-inch wheel, rather it's slapped around in Pirelli with PNCS, that stands for Pirelli Noise Cancellation System, together with 265, 45, 21-inch wheels. A square setup, meaning having the same size all around. One last thing before I go. The car currently has the genuine PPF, paint protection film, from Hyundai. So what you see here is the genuine accessory that has been attached from the factory. Tell me you guys can see it on the video. I think we do, right? So there is the PPF all the way up to here, and also on the outer edges, just like so, where it's most vulnerable and easiest for you to ding and scratch against the pillars and walls and whatnot. Same thing, the PPF actually stretches all the way up to here. So that is the outer edge and corner I see, together with the outer PPFs on this side as well. I also see it at the back of the rear bumper as well, which starts from the rear cladding as well as the rear bumper. And there's some more. There's the PPF on the trunk lid as well. I think this media press car came with the fully loaded paint protection film system all throughout the car, as well as the trunk luggage system we saw inside, together with that genuine accessory there too. So it's got all the goodies you could possibly get, I think. All right, let's go. Let's really go. All right, I am finally driving this 2026 all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid H-Track. H-Track is all-wheel drive for Hyundai, just so you know. I will tell you about the accumulated fuel economy, MPG, after I have completed the test drive, but official number given by Hyundai is 14.1 kilometers per liter. I do have readings of the other people before me who test drove the car, and it is currently showing 10.7 kilometers per liter. And the car has the accumulated driving range of 1,633 kilometers, as you can see. A disclaimer here is that I am the worst person when it comes to the fuel economy. There are only 2 cars out of hundreds of cars where I actually have met or exceeded the fuel economy suggested by the automaker. So I'm not sure if I will be able to achieve that number, but we'll see. I'll just drive the car as I would, and I am gonna run the AC 24/7, which I do all the time, especially in the hot summer times. And I'm not really going to try to get that number, the highest number possible. But again, we'll see. So 14.1 kilometers for this 9-seater full-size SUV is not bad at all. So adding together the since last refuel plus the readings and numbers I have on the display right now, which is 733 plus 36 kilometers, so it's about 770 kilometers this car is telling me that it can do at a full tank. I also do have this hybrid system on the right. We can constantly check and see how the hybrid system is running. I drifted a little bit, started talking about the fuel economy first, but the most important thing is the first impression of this hybrid system, right? Honestly speaking, there is no way anybody would be able to pinpoint when the hybrid motor is engaging and disengaging, when the car is charging the battery, when the car is draining the battery. Honestly, I genuinely don't feel any of it. My first impression, raw feedback on this latest hybrid system would be, it just feels like me driving an EV, but I occasionally hear engine roars coming into the cabin. I don't know if that makes sense, but I like to put my first impression that way. Because again, that is what and how I feel this car to be. It is smooth, it is prompt, it's very responsive like an EV, However, there is that mild engine note that I hear from the front of the engine bay. And of course, just like now, you see, there is no crazy acceleration unlike an EV, no instant torque. Well, technically speaking, there is with this hybrid as well because there is the motor, right? And for your information, I will tell you all about this technical motor related, the latest TMED hybrid technology in my later videos to come. So meet me over there where I will go over the specs and numbers and whatnot. But again, I want to focus on the first raw impression of the vehicle. The car comes with the HUD, 12.3-inch screens on the left and right, which is the latest infotainment system from Hyundai Motor Group known as ccNC, Connected Car Navigation Cockpit. And there is also the eye detecting sensors in the center of the steering wheel, as you can see. And that is to meet the enhanced safety regulations around the world. A lot of viewers actually dropped a comment saying if that has no issue with detecting the eyes with the sunglasses on, and you're seeing it right now. So let me try to look away from the sensors so I can actually have that alarm popping up telling me that I should keep my eyes on the road. And I'm trying. And honestly, by this time, the chime would have come up had I not had the sunglasses on. When you have the sunglasses on, I think the sensors is doing less of its job. Let me put it that way, okay? So no chime, no annoying alarm coming up saying that it's not able to detect my eyes. Keep an eye out on the road. No, I don't see any of that. I mean, that's quite interesting. Let me try that without the sunglasses on now. So I should try to look away from the road if I can. I don't want to jeopardize other people's safety. So I'll try it out whenever I can. All right, so the level of comfort, it's not just hybrid exclusive. So only a few years ago, when you wanted to get a hybrid, it was mostly because of that fuel economy, MPG. Hybrids do much better compared to the gasoline, as we all know. However, with the technology advancement and what Hyundai Motor Group is giving us with their latest hybrid techs, it's not just about the fuel economy. I mean, we get that. That is one of the most important things, period. However, on top of the fuel economy we get, there is the extra added NVH, which stands for noise, vibration, and harshness, i.e., it just feels and drives and rides, handles so much better and smoother compared to the good old gasoline cars. Thanks to the hybrid motor, the torque, and all other e-motion, e-DTVC. Simply put, it's all motor and battery related tech. Again, I'll tell you all about it in my separate video, so meet me over there for that. So on top of the fuel economy, there's the NVH. The hybrid is now somewhat mimicking the feature that was exclusive to EVs only, such as the stay mode, where you can run the AC without the engine on, and I will find out and measure how long we can run that for. If you punch in the destination and let the system operate, the car will do the calculation on its own to best charge the battery. That way we can maximize the EV stay mode. Again, I will find out all about this in my long-term test drive video, so meet me over there. So that's it for this quick first impression video of 2026 all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid H-Track, which is the car that I signed up for, except this car being a 9-seater. Mine is a 7-seater. So I'll see you in the other videos and videos to come. You don't want to miss it. Your #1 source of KTM, Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.